لا 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 لا. أتعلم أنا أتعلم. إحنا في المدرسة طلاب نتعلم ويا الأصحاب، نفتح للمستقبل باب، نحيي في الوطن التجديد. إحنا في المدرسة طلاب نتعلم ويا الأصحاب، نفتح للمستقبل باب، نحيي في الوطن التجديد. أتعلم أنا أتعلم حتى أفيد وأستفيد، وأعرف لما أتكلم إنه كلامي صح ومفيد. ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا لا ليلى لا ليلى لا ليلى لا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is teacher Ibrahim Salama from Ibn Khaldun al-Yasmin primary section. This is our video number 5 for online learning. Before we start our lesson today, we are going to revise what we have studied in the previous lesson. I need you to pay attention and try to answer the questions with me. Last time we studied reflexive pronouns: yourself, herself, themselves, and so on. So we are going to have 2 short exercises in order to make sure that we understand the previous lesson. Okay, here, find the right reflexive pronoun. Number 1, what is the reflexive pronoun for I? Exactly, it's myself. And for you? Yourself. He? Correct, himself. She? Herself. It? Itself. We? Ourselves. You for the plural? Yeah, yourselves. They? Exactly, themselves. Okay, exercise number 2, choose the correct reflexive pronoun. We have myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Number 1, Alan made this dish. Alan, so exactly, himself. Laura sent this email. Laura is a she, so excellent, herself. We shall not quarrel easily among and forget our common objective, so we, excellent, ourselves. Sarah, did you write this poem? Someone is talking to Sarah. So, did you write this poem? Yourself. Correct. Yes, I called her. I called her myself. Number 6. He cut space with the knife while he was sharpening it. So he cut himself. Exactly. My computer often crashes and turns off by the computer, so itself. She often talks to herself. Now somebody is talking to John and Alan. John and Alan, I'm not going to do the homework for you. You have to do it. Exactly as you said, yourselves. Number 10. The students were so noisy. Even Nancy and Layla were making a lot of noise. Nancy and Layla. Themselves. Did the children behave? The children, so themselves. I caught sight of. That's it, myself in the mirror. Let's check our answers. Exactly. Excellent. You got the top score. Okay. Now let's move to our lesson today. I need you to open your pupils book on page 98. Grammar in conversation. My first question to you, what can you see in the pictures on the right here? Yeah, I can see an elephant, and also I can see 3 students talking to each other. Okay, our first exercise, listen and read. I need you to listen carefully to the recording, and after we finish I'm going to ask you some questions. So listen.
Pupils Book, Unit 9, page 98. Grammar in Conversation. Activity 1. Listen and read.
Hey, guess what?
I don't know. What?
I was coming to school this morning when I saw an elephant in the street.
I don't believe you.
It's true.
Hey, Alex. Ben says he was coming to school this morning when he saw an elephant in the street.
That's nothing. I was coming to school this morning and I saw 3 elephants in the street.
You're joking.
And horses and acrobats and...
Oh, I get it. The circus has come to town. Why didn't you say?
Okay, my first question here, how many students are talking in the conversation? Correct, 3. Can you tell me the names? Yeah, Ben, Jack, and Alex. Right, so Ben is trying to say something or to tell Jack something. What was it? What was he trying to tell him? Yeah, so he's trying to tell him that he was coming to school this morning when he saw something in the street. What did he see? Exactly, he saw an elephant. Did Jack believe him? No. Why not? Why didn't he believe him? Because it's not normal to see an elephant in the street. Okay, Ben insisted. He said it's true. Now Jack talks to somebody else. What's his name? Yeah, he talked to Alex. He said, Ben says he was coming to school this morning when he saw an elephant. Did Alex believe him? Yeah, he believed him. Why do you think he believed him? That's it, because he saw the same thing in the street, but he saw, instead of 1 elephant, he saw 3 elephants in the street, so he believed him. Now Jack again doesn't believe them both, so he said, you're joking. Alex said, continued, and horses and acrobats, not only elephants, horses, acrobats, and so on. He said, oh, I get it. Now I get it. The circus has come to town. Why didn't you say that? Okay, I need you to pay a very careful attention to the highlighted verbs in the text. As you see, one of the verbs is used with was and ing. The other verb is used in verb 2. Exactly. So here come was coming, and here see becomes so. Exactly. So this is the rule today. Today we are going to combine 2 tenses in 1 sentence. So you can say I was coming to school. This means something was happening in the past and another thing happened in the middle of this action. So I saw an elephant. So you can say, for example, we were sitting in the class when the teacher entered. What was happening in the past? We were sitting in the classroom. What is the action that happened in the middle of the first action? the teacher entered. That's it. So what was happening in the past, you use was or were, then verb plus ing. And what happened in the middle of the first action, we use verb to. Let's see the exercise. Let's have a look at exercise 2. Think, write, and say. Finish the sentences. We have 4 students here who are talking about something that happened to them. Something again. Remember, something was happening in the past and an action happened in the middle of this action. Okay, number 1. I was walking in the park when. Who can complete or finish the sentence? I think all of your answers are correct. So, as an example, I was walking in the park when I saw an accident. Number 2. I was falling asleep when. Yeah, you can say Dad came home. Number 3. I was swimming in the sea when I saw a shark. I was shopping in the mall when. That's it. I met my best friend. Of course, as usual, I can say that all your answers are correct if you use the rule in a correct way, or your answers are correct. They may vary, they may be different, but all of them inshallah are correct. Let's move to the last exercise in the pupils book. Let's talk. In this exercise, you are supposed to work in pairs. One of the students is going to start the conversation and the other one is going to answer the questions. So you can start your conversation with your friend and say, hey, guess what? Your friend, I don't know. What? And here are some useful phrases you can use. We have guess what. You can start the conversation using this. If somebody told you something and you don't believe it, you can say, I don't believe you. Or you can say, you're joking. If he insists, he may say, it's true. When you understand something, you can say, oh, I get it. This means I understand now. Okay? So you can practice this conversation with your brother, your mother, your father, or even your sister. It's okay for this. Now, I have prepared some more exercises for you, but before it, we are going to see the grammatical rule we are going to use in our lesson today. So, we are using, as I said, 2 tenses. The past simple, which uses verb to. And as we said before, we have 2 kinds of verbs in English. We have regular verbs. When we change a regular verb from verb 1 to verb 2, which is the past simple, we add ed. So play turns into played. Start, started. Cook, cooked. When we come to irregular verbs, we can say that the whole verb changes. As you can see, we have 3 examples here. Go turns into went, see turns into saw, and run turns into ran. So this is going to be used in the action which happens in the middle of the first action. Okay. In the past continuous, if you are using I, he, she, or it, you use was. You, we, and they, you use were, and then you use verb plus ing. I need you now to pause the video, write down this grammatical rule in your notebook, and then come back to answer the questions. Here I need you to use what we learned today to give me a sentence describing what was happening and what happened. We have the boy, a ball, and if you look here, he hurt himself. Yes, yes, very good, very good. So he was playing football when he hurt his leg. Again, he was playing football when he hurt his leg. Number 2. We have someone who's eating or was eating and the telephone. You can pause the video, say the sentence, and then check. Of course, your sentence may be different from my sentence, but it's okay. But I need you to use the grammatical rule correctly. So, he was eating when the telephone rang. Was eating when the telephone rang. Here, somebody was sleeping or was falling asleep, and it who can give me the sentence? Yes, he was sleeping when it started raining. You can say he was sleeping when it rained. It's okay to use it also. This concludes our video for today. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope inshallah I will meet you in the next exercise or the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you. Bye.